Meow. This is going to be the deconstructing Prometheus video. For one, this stick already broke off. And it's one of those cool ones that are burnt on one side and not the other. It's what's kind of awkward about these pieces. But once I pull the cape, I want to show you how it actually softened the wood to where it bent in such a way that it's now hardened that I can't straighten it back out without breaking it. Just so you can see, they literally stapled it on. And there was a couple more staples further down, wherever my hand is, further down here. So they stapled it on there. Whoever put this on there went to a pretty good extent to get it to stay. My cat's a total camera hog. Okay, so there is the head and cape, complete with all the staples, which was a total disgrace to the Promethean tree. But what I want to show you is how the outside of it literally does a 180. I'm going to pull the bark off and you can see how it bends over and curves around, and it's only burnt on the inside, but the inside does a 180. This is the outside. So I'm going to have to cut this in two because I can't straighten it back out. I'm going to have to make two pieces out of this, but I'm going to cut it, instead of right in the middle, off to one side, so the curve, the 180 curve, still remains on one of these two pieces, and then use them as canvases for my friend who paints, and have her put something like what's on the homepage, my homepage icon with the tree with the lightning striking and going all through the ground. So let me pull some bark off of these. I'm gonna pull this bark, and you'll be able to see better how it goes around, and it's only burnt on the inside. So now I've just removed this main piece of bark and some from right here. Up was that way. The direction the branch grows is up. This one that's pointed that way, if you flop this edge of the tree down that way, that one is then pointed up. So all of the branches would grow up. That was the top, this was the bottom, that part flopped down, so the tree grew in this direction. And the wood literally bent. Not getting a very good shot of it there. All the way down, and it's very awkward to be able to handle this piece by myself, but as you can see, it bends and goes all the way down and comes up the other side. And it's only burnt on the inside, which does a 180 right there, comes around, and is on the bottom side of here. So if I could lift this and flop it out, you would see that it's burnt on the inside, not on the outside, but the wood has literally bent right here. Softening of the stone is a technique that was referred to by the ancients when they would put together these things like the pyramids, where they could get the stone to come together so perfectly you can't fit a piece of paper in there. Softening the stone, raising the vibratory frequency of something, makes it less dense. And that's what happens. It's as if this thing was put in a humidifier. That's the only way you'd try and be able to unfold it, is to put it in a humidifier and unfold it a little bit every week. And a couple weeks later, a little more in a humidifier to try and get that wood to unbend, or to get it to bend in the way that it is. This is one of the branches that protruded. Burnt on the inside, not on the outside. And the same thing is true with the tree. So this bending of this wood should break when it does a 180 like that, but it doesn't. It bends all the way around. So in the process, instead of using a humidifier and doing it a little bit each day, there was something happened to this that softened the wood, that allowed it to be bent over and then hardened. And it's re-hardened in a way that I can't bend it back straight without breaking it, unless I put it in through a similar process that it was put through when it got the curve put in it, or the humidifier process, like I've said before. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over now. Pause the camera and flip it over. On second thought, you can't turn it over without breaking it. So I'm gonna cut it right here, and the full curvature of the curved wood will still be on that piece. This is the bark that came off of it. Oh, all in one piece. You can see where the branch was right there, looking through that hole. See how crispy it is on the outside. Uncooked on the inside. That may even make a worthy canvas for painting all by itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this now, and we'll be able to see the curvy part of the wood better. So here's the tree. As it stood, that branch pointed up. This angled edge that I cut right there matches up with that angled edge, and I need to re-glue that piece on that broke. So what you can see happened here, that wood curved over, and this one was pointing down at this angle. And attached was this branch pointing downwards, which you can see inside of here, which will be a cool piece all by itself, just for a painting there of the lightning tree. I'm not sure where I'll cut it here. Clean it, lacquer it. It's a cool piece. And this one will be a way cool piece with a painting on the outside. Yeah. That one will be cool. Too bad I broke that top branch off. Maybe I can even glue that back on. All right, I think that's it for the Promethean. And just for those, I don't know if I'm going to include that story. I'll just tell why I decided to go back and take this. When I said it looks like someone else has taken note of this, so it wouldn't be right for me to do that. Because the knowledge belongs to everybody, regardless of whose piece of land that happens to be. And the person who put